Good morning, Russia. I'm Emery Faison, coming at you live from the palace of Catherine the Great. We're here this morning to discuss the thoughts of some very interesting people. Here with us this morning is Catherine herself, renowned feminist Mary Estelle, and Ferdinand II, King of Bohemia. They will be discussing absolutism and enlightenment. For those of you who aren't familiar with this topic, let me give you a hand. Absolutism is the acceptance of or belief in absolute principles in political, philosophical, ethical, or theological. There are also rulers, like Catherine herself, called enlightened despots, that rule in an absolute monarchy with enlightened ideas. The Enlightenment itself was a cultural movement of intellectuals. People began to question faith and tradition and look to science.
I have called you all here today to discuss politics because, honestly, I'm curious to hear your views. However, I'm sure they won't affect mine. Personally, as a fellow woman, I would like to ask Catherine how she achieved such a high position in society. Mary? Oh, darling Mary. We aren't the same. You refused to marry, and I used it to my advantage. If only you do something with your hair every now and then, you might snag a man yourself. Catherine, you are so superficial. We are supposed to marry on some short, superficial attraction. Then we should obey and serve our men. It's absurd, preposterous even. Do I look like I serve or obey any man? They serve and obey me. I am an absolute monarch, Mary, the best kind of ruler. I hold all the power, and my kingdom flourishes.
So it seems we can agree on something, Catherine. Absolute monarchy is the best way to rule a kingdom. Men need a strong leader to rule them, seeing as they are naturally violent and foolish. I'm sure you both remember the defenestration of Prague. A great example of foolish men turning violent, following their true nature and ignoring their superior ruler.
I think that citizens should be able to question their rulers. However, that's taking it too far. Throwing men out of windows? Preposterous. However, I think they should have the freedom to question us, to an extent. Freedom? Really? No one is born free, Catherine, so they aren't owed any freedom because it wasn't theirs in the first place. That's just some stupid idea John Locke came up with. Now that I know your strange views on freedom, Mary, how about you enlighten me with your views on women in the Enlightenment? Well, Catherine, I personally don't think the situation has really improved. Women are practically slaves. We are either supposed to marry and become domestic housewives or take a life of nunnery. I prefer the latter. Women are just as smart as men and can handle any intellectual job handled by men. We aren't inferior and shouldn't be treated as such. I agree that women aren't intellectually inferior. I am obviously doing a fine job.
So it seems we can agree on something, Catherine. Aside from the fact that you suggested religious tolerance, there is one church and one king. Catholicism is the only religion to follow. My subjects know this. I didn't sign the Peace of Westphalia because it would have encouraged the right.
You allowed a war to go on because it would go against your religion to end it?
Precisely. I was elected king during the War of Austrian Succession as well. It seems wars are attracted to me.
Ferdinand, all our views are different on some things. At least we both know our countries would fall apart without us.
They would. Our subjects are lucky to have such strong rulers.
I would like both of you to consider giving women more rights and encouraging education. I think I'll suggest it, Mary.
I would consider it.